Hi, it's Christine Kloser here. I am blessed to be the compiler and the publisher of this amazing book, Pebbles in the Pond, Transforming the World One Person at a Time. You can learn more about this book if you'd like just by going to pebblesbook.com. You can pick up some free chapters there and also learn more about getting your own copy if you'd like. But for now, right here, I am just excited. I guess excited, a little nervous maybe, to share with you my chapter from this book. It's the first chapter in the book, beginning on page number 5, and my chapter is called The Best, Worst Time of My Life. And maybe you've had those times too yourself, where at first things look like, oh, this is just going to be a really bad time, and it may be, but then things turn around and become even better than you dreamed they could be. So that's the story I'll be sharing with you about the best, worst time of my life. Again, it's from Pebbles in the Pond at pebblesbook.com. The Best, Worst Time of My Life by Christine Kloser. God sure has a funny way of working in our lives. Being a coach for years and the author of the Freedom Formula, How to Put Soul in Your Business and Money in Your Bank, one of my core teachings was that the universe is always conspiring for your highest good. It wasn't until I was put to the test in 2010 and early 2011 that I discovered that I barely knew what that really meant. Let me share some background as I guide you through the greatest faith walk of my life. This is a story I hope will help you see that even the darkest times of your life are filled with an abundance of light and the unfolding of a glorious mystery that can deliver blessings and miracles that far exceed your greatest dreams. After being an entrepreneur since 1991, I finally hit what most would consider the jackpot in January of 2009. A successful coaching business, lots of new clients eager to work with me, a best-selling book, and generating nearly $500,000 in revenues in a single weekend during a seminar I hosted in Los Angeles. I also co-owned a company that trained nonfiction authors to write, publish, and market their books, and had manifested the perfect business partner to help me with that business, which I had started back in 2004. Life was good as I sailed off to the Caribbean to celebrate my success with my husband and daughter. A picture-perfect life indeed. Or was it? Let's see. That $500,000 of seminar revenue cost nearly $150,000 to produce. I ended up with $100,000 in uncollectible credit card charges as the credit crunch hit everyone hard, including many of my clients. I had paid far more than my budget could reasonably cover to hire those high-level coaches to help me reach that goal. And my credit card bills were scary proof of how much I had over-leveraged myself in hopes of becoming a big success. Well, to everyone else it looked like I had succeeded. But what kind of success was it when I put everything on the line to create the business I thought I should create, doing what so many other coaches help people do, namely make more money? Once I got honest with myself, I saw the truth, that helping other people make money was never a passion that truly inspired me. Transforming people's lives was my driving force. Returning people to the magnificent truth of who they really are is my gift. Helping people reclaim and shine their brightest light in the world, that was my unique blessing. But I had stepped away from this truth, and I didn't trust that it was enough to make a great living. Not enough was a theme I was all too familiar with, having been a high-achieving performer my whole life, as a cover really for the deep-seated belief that I was never going to be enough. Hindsight's always 20/20. Little did I know that stepping away from my deepest passion would be the very thing that led me down the path of financial ruin, an experience that terrified me. Wasn't money the only measure of success that really mattered? It wasn't the world I grew up in. And financial ruin was the worst possible thing that could ever happen to a person in my mind. Who was I if I wasn't a financial success? A powerful question. After months of going through the mental, spiritual, financial, and personal anguish of realizing I had to file for personal bankruptcy, I felt my life was nearly over. How could I ever succeed again? Who would want to listen to what I had to say? I was a supreme failure. Maybe I should give up my dreams. How much worse could it get? Well, maybe not that much worse, because I still had my business partner and my small publishing company. This was the only shred of hope I had to get me through those very dark days. I knew I could double our revenues in 2011 and get myself and my family back on our feet. Thank you, God, for saving this one asset and all that we were going through. Wait, what is this? A FedEx package the day before I'm going to sign my bankruptcy papers? It's from my business partner's attorney saying she wants to buy out the company. What? That was the only bit of stability that remained in my life. Even my marriage was on rocky terrain after all we'd gone through. If I didn't have that company, I had nothing. This unexpected news, after months of planning with our attorney to protect the publishing company through the bankruptcy, it impacted me more deeply than finding out that my second pregnancy had ended in a miscarriage. It knocked me to my knees with a force that threw me down into darkness, pain, betrayal, and fear I'd never experienced before. There were many days I thought I'd be better off giving up and crawling under a rock for the rest of my life. There were days I sobbed without end. There were days I couldn't recognize myself through the rage that coursed through my veins. There were times I felt like a monster for having the thoughts I had. There were days I hated God. And there were days I prayed, many more days, for God to remove that hate and fear from my heart. These were the worst days of my life, and they were the best days of my life. A walk of faith. In the depth of that darkness, when it appeared I had nothing left, I discovered that I had everything if I had my faith, and trusted that the universe really was conspiring for my highest good all the time. Remember, I taught this stuff for years, but was only now being asked to really live it. Through the mess, the fear, and the pain, a healing and transformation happened that feels like a miracle to me. On January 20th, 2011, I surrendered my personal will and leaped into trusting God fully when I stopped fighting to try to keep my publishing company and sold my shares to my partner for a price that didn't even cover my attorney's bill. It was the scariest and most liberating thing I'd ever done. I never exercised faith like this before. I felt like I was on a wild adventure with God at the helm. Letting go of that company meant I had no source of income, no business at all. I had to really rely completely on the divine to help me navigate this new and unknown territory of my life, and whatever new business was trying to emerge through me. I found an inner strength, confidence, and wisdom I'd never known before, and I promised God that I would use this experience in the highest service to others. That's exactly what I did. Within weeks of signing the final papers with my former business partner, and also our final bankruptcy papers, it was clear exactly what I was being prepared to do. I had been guided every step of the way and received more miracles and blessings than I can count, which led me to launch a new business that was totally aligned to my unique gifts and blessings. My new co-creation, this time around, my business partner is God, is in service to visionary leaders who want to share their transformational stories through the power of the written word, their books. This business is my bliss. By the grace of God, I get to channel all of my passion for helping others heal, transform, and shine, ultimately, for the purpose of helping all of humanity heal, transform, and shine. And I now combine those blessings with the practical know-how of what it takes to write, publish, and market a book. Calling this new evolution of my work a match made in heaven is an understatement. For me, this feels like nothing short of a miracle that had been in the making for years, if not lifetimes. The book you're now holding in your hands is evidence of that miracle, as all of the contributing authors here will attest to. This is one of the many tools for transformation that was birthed through the best, worst time of my life. Don't underestimate the power of the manifestation of this book in your hands now. You were asking for a prayer. This might just be it. Pebbles in the pond is proof of the incredible gifts that await you when you surrender to a higher purpose and do what you're truly here to do, with God by your side. I never dreamed my business could be this good, this joyous, this blissful, this rewarding, impactful, and abundant. Let Pebbles in the Pond and all of the powerful stories in it be a sign of grace in your life. Open yourself up to seeing the miracles on these pages. Believe that no matter what challenge you're facing right now, you can transform through it into a whole new experience of yourself. This is how you create ripples of good as you drop your own pebble in the pond. This is what it's all about. Namaste. Again, this is Christine Kloser. Just read you my chapter excerpt called The Best Worst Time of My Life from Pebbles in the Pond, which you can learn more about at pebblesbook.com. Again, I encourage you to go to that website. You can pick up 4 free chapters from this book and also learn more about how to get your printed copy. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and letting me share my story with you. Truly, I know we can transform the world one person at a time, one transformation, one healing, one aha, one new step that you now get to take as a result of hearing my story and the many stories in this amazing, amazing book. Thank you again for being here. I look forward to being of further service to you on your transformational journey.